Hey everybody, I have a video here for you today. Now, I was peeking around the UK the other day on Google Earth looking at some ancient sites, and we are all familiar with Stonehenge, and a lot of you are familiar with Avebury and Silbury Hill and some of the more popular ancient sites in the UK. And today is a site maybe you have not heard about, and that's what my channel is all about, is kind of bringing stuff like that out. And I try to document as many ancient sites as I can. And this is called Arbor Low. And this is a very impressive ancient stone circular ring coming from their guesstimates about 4,500 years ago. And that's all the history we read. It is all just theory. But I guess I have no problem with that. And this is a fairly unique ancient stone circle just because it has this outer henge raised up, and then it has this inner circle raised up where the stone monoliths form this stone circle. And you got some stones here in the middle. And I will read about this in just a second, but whenever you have an impressive ancient site like this, you know, there are other ruins in the nearby area. And there is actually one that was attached to this, and you can see here this raised earth at one time connected it to what they called the Gib Hill Mound here, and that is what this is right here. And cremated remains were found in this barrow called the Gib Hill Barrow, I guess. But I am going to read about this. One thing I wanted to show you here, there is this little site here that just looks strange. That could be modern. And then we have this here. Now, is this where they were quarrying the rocks? That's just kind of what that looks like in my mind's eye. Maybe that's where they're getting the stones for that stone circle. But out here, just to the east and south of the Arbor Low stone circle, they're without any documentation or anything. There is this, and it's surrounded by a fence. And this is a perfectly square building underneath the earth with the grass growing over it, with maybe some modern things on top of it here. But maybe somebody can help me out. Do farmers build structures like this and let the grass grow over it? And let me just, I think this is about 50 meters by 50 meters or so, 45 meters by 45 meters. I'm not familiar with structures like this, but I believe maybe I have seen them, so I don't know if this is ancient or if this is modern, but there's grass growing over it, and it's perfectly square, and it's not that small, so, and it's right next to some ancient ruins, so I'm just wondering, maybe somebody can help me out with that. But now I'm just going to read a little bit about this ancient stone circle. And let's just jump over here. And first, let me just show you some pictures of it down at ground level. This is what it looks like. And you notice in this one, the view would have been just fine. And if these were standing upright at one time, I'm sure this would have been a perfect spot to do some astronomical observations. Stars, moon, sun rising, stuff like that. And here is another picture of what it looks like, obviously on a raised hill, not that high, but one perfect to do astronomical observations. Now I'm just going to read here, and I'll leave this link below. It says, Arbor Low is the finest Stone Age henge monument in the north of England, a site of unique archaeological and cultural interest. The site is situated on a high point 375 meters above sea level, and though this is not an impressive hill, the view on a fine day is stunning. It can be a bleak place in a bad weather and a gorgeous spot on a fine spring morning, so the monument and its situation can hardly fail to impress the visitor. No one knows why this henge or its sister henge at Dove's Hill, the bull ring, were constructed or what they were used for, but they must have been important focal points for the people of the time. The henge was constructed about 2500 BC and consists of a circular bank 76 meters in diameter and 2 meters high, with an inside it a ditch about 1.5 meters deep, enclosing a circular central sanctuary area. There are entrances at the northwest and the southeast of the bank. The central area contains 46 large and 13 smaller stones arranged in a circle with the group in the center. The surprise is that all the stones are laying flat. No one knows for certain whether this is how they were originally or whether they were once upright and have been toppled. One theory is that the early Christians laid them flat in order to de-sanctify the site, but no archaeological evidence exists to support that idea. And my guess, they were standing upright at one time and were toppled for some reason, and maybe just a bunch of wind over time. Who knows? It says, near the southeast entrance, a Bronze Age tumulus has been added just within the bank. This is a much later feature and was found to contain several burials when excavated by Thomas Bateman in 1845. 200 meters away to the southwest lies Gib Hill, a Bronze Age burial mound, which may have been once connected with Arbor Low by an earth bank, and I think that is fairly evident on Google Earth that it probably was. This is an impressive large tumulus 5 meters high and 10 meters in diameter, and it was also excavated by Bateman, who found a large burial site here in 1848. Though the current tumulus at Gib Hill is much later than Arbor Low, it was built on top of the Stone Age long barrow, which was contemporary with, or perhaps older than, the henge. So in other words, they really don't have a clue. But these are very old structures, and they can be visited, I guess. You park and you put a little small fee in a tin cup located in the car park, and that is how you visit Arbor Low. But today you're visiting Arbor Low through my video. I was glad to bring this to you. Maybe a lot of you haven't heard about this, but this is a pretty impressive ancient site, and they are all over the UK, and Google Earth is one of the best places to get a good look, because you can really make out what is underneath the earth, and your mind's eye can kind of tell you what it may have once looked like. But that is the Arbor Low Stone Circle. Hope you thought that was interesting, and you all have a nice day.